In the streets of New York, a miserable wretch wandered anonymously through the crowd, a short, bald, ugly man, trailing the tails of his army greatcoat, which covered his feet and spread around him on the sidewalk. He saw a gorgeous young woman in spike heels and a fake leopard skin coat waving at taxis that didn't stop, and fell in love. "Hi," he said. His voice was bestial, guttural. "Nice shoes. Can I smell one?" She waved strenuously at a cab, but it passed. "Want to have anal sex?" He smiled. "I guess I'm just a moldy little rat." Frantic now, she stepped out to stop a taxi, but it honked and veered around her. "It's a physical world," he pleaded. "We're implicated." She put her finger on her tongue and made the puke gesture at him. "I'm a baby on the floor here. If you could see me with spiritual eyes." A minicab stopped. She got in with a contemptuous flash of thigh and roared off as he stood there. That night he was warming his hands at a burn barrel when the flames flared into a 10-foot devil. The wretch stared up in awe, but soon found his voice. "Can you make her fall in love with me?" "Well," said the devil, "I can't touch the center of her being, but I can break her, torture her into submission. You wouldn't want that." "Sure." "How about a car accident? Turn her into a paraplegic. Then you could rape her and she wouldn't be able to resist." Yeah. "Could you handle the guilt?" "What?" "The guilt. Could you handle the guilt?" "Fuck are you talking about?" "Are you infinitely less sophisticated than I am, or infinitely more sophisticated than I am?" "Can I have her?" "Well, maybe if you didn't look like that." Yeah, make me beautiful." The next day, the young woman was at the curb when the impossibly handsome Carrie Clooney stepped in front of her and flagged down a taxi, then turned as if only now aware of her. "Oh, sorry, how could I not see you? He got in first. Can I drop you?" She looked at her watch, looked for another cab, and pressed, squeezed in. "Where are you headed?" 51st and Madison, she told the driver. "You know, you got legs like some kind of fucking dream or something. I don't even care if you have a human soul." She hesitated. "Yeah?" He farted. "Oh, sorry." She screwed up her face and said, "Stop here," to the driver. "You must forgive my perhaps imperfect breeding," said Carrie. "Let's get some air." He opened his door. Another car sheared it off, and it went clattering along the pavement. The driver turned to him as he watched her struggle out of the car. "Go ahead, fucking chicken cluck brain of yours." He handed her her purse after her. "Park that in your hangar. Lots of room in there." And to the driver, "Fuck are you looking at?" "It doesn't work," he told the devil. "You've got to change the inner me." "The what?" "I don't know anything." Nobody knows anything. They're all just pretending. Make me, look, grow up. She's an illusion, a mirage, a trick of light mounted on blood and veins, a technicolor mist as you move through the maze, digital. Go rub oil on your dick." "Please," Carrie wept. "Just give her to me. I want her." In the morning, as she was looking for a taxi, he approached and waited patiently while she ignored him. He put a hand in his pocket with elegant style. I hope you can overlook what happened yesterday. I wasn't myself. That must have been a relief. Perhaps we could start anew. A cab pulled up and she got in with a flash of thigh. Not even a goodbye? You don't say goodbye to something like you. You wipe yourself. She slammed the door and the cab screeched off. He stood before the fire, staring at his thoughts. The flames flared, the devil appeared, but Carrie didn't even look. Well, I tried everything to make you human. You are a wart, an unsqueezed pimple on the face of life. Carrie could only nod. The devil threw a gesture of disdain at him, and pop, he was again the wretch, still staring at his thoughts. Then he brightened. Hey, why don't you give me a magic spell to make her do whatever I want? Put a human soul under your power so you can make her perform whatever foul and stinking act you want her to? I don't know. It's a big responsibility. What do you give me? I'll give you my soul. Your soul. The devil laughed, an echoing laugh. All I got is my soul. I'm giving it to you. Oh, all right. As she stood at the curb, the wretch came to her. She gave him a glance and looked for a taxi while he said the magic words. Hunky-ka-dunky, scoobledy-jodes, snorbity-dibbity, flubbity-flodes. Suddenly, she was nude, but for the heels, and, shocked, covered herself with her hands as best she could. He walked away coolly, and without looking back, snapped his fingers and beckoned her over his shoulder, and she shuffled along after him, horrified. In the alley, he led her past other desperate, staring men to privacy before the devil's burnt-out can. You are now under my power and will perform whatever foul and stinking act I want you to, he smiled. She wept. He watched and became sad and turned and walked away. Fuck! Shit! Over his shoulder, he snapped his fingers, and she, suddenly dressed, looked at herself in wonder. I don't give a speck of fly shit, he shouted. He turned to her, still walking away. Shitwise, I don't give one. I guess I'm just a... He stood there, weeping. She looked at him and came to him. She had to crouch to be his size. I guess I'm just a... No, you're not. Yes, I am. She held his shoulders while he sobbed. Let's get to know each other first. No, it doesn't work. He swallowed and recovered a little. Can I touch your tits?